To introduce is called On the Curve. If anybody that's riding motorcycles is probably going to be able to empathize with this. Right, on the curve. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Staring down the road, see what you can do.
While I switch guitars, Cam's going to distract you a bit.
Yeah. So, word of advice. Never take advice from 1980s pop songs. I tried walking like an Egyptian, now I need a chiropractor. Horse walks into a bar, bartender says, "Hey, why the long face?" Because I'm a horse.
The bear walks into the bar, the bartender walks out and says, "Ask the bear why the big paws." Or wait, no, the bear goes, "Can I have a drink?" And then the bartender says, "Why the big paws?"
The priest, the minister, and a rabbit walk into a blood bank. The rabbit says, "I think I'm a type O." It never stops, Jake. It never stops, brother. All right, how about little stones? Bring things down. Well, someone called today at the reception. Glass of wine in a hand. Knew she was gonna meet her connection. Feet was a footloose man. You can't always get what you want. Can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. Try sometimes, just find, get what you need. Oh, baby, get what you need. seeing as Francis got the funky guitar on, let's do a
Alright.
little.
Gonna do some Johnny Winter. Well, it's Johnny Winter or the Rolling Stones. You can take your pick.
Here's Johnny.
Johnny Stones. One, two, three, four. Silver Train. One, two, three.
Tobacco Road!
Tobacco Road. That one might come up another time.
Good. Thank you very much. You got anything for the band?
You start?
Oh.
Well, all right, well, all right. Roll.
Roll?
The roll.
Drum roll.
Drum roll, please.
you. Now Dan's gonna talk to you guys for a bit.
This is premiere for this band, for this next song. Actually wrote it many years ago. Having a discussion with a buddy at work and made some comment that referenced Steve Miller's song, just kind of out of the blue. Some guy sitting off in the corner, kind of his head snapped around, looked at me, said, "I heard that. I was wondering if you meant that. Looking at you, I guess you've seen The Dawn from the Dark Side." And the first thing that went through my head is, fuck, that sounds like an awesome title for a song. So, this is The Dawn from the Dark Side. Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Great.
That sort of Boston Nova kind of drumming?
All that.
Apparently it's new to the drummer, too. There it is. anyone who had the mushrooms kick in during that song, you're welcome.
Alright. So time and space, she's an X.
Okay. Now. That would be now. How about now? Yeah, bang on. Got that one right on. I'm thinking there's something that needs to be done here. It would be an A that you would require, yes. Do you need light?
So I kind of has that sort of like.
All right, this one's a little bluesy. This is time we got. All right, we got 10 minutes, so this one's a little bluesy. It's called Time and Space. Ready?
This was another one that we wrote back at the apartment called Riptide.
Good for one, Michael? This has actually started out as an old country standard. Back in the 40s, it was written, I can't remember who wrote it, but a gentleman by the name of Tennessee Ernie Ford made it famous. And Merle Travis, thank you, through my walking encyclopedia of music over here. The inimitable Max Brand. Johnny Cash did it. Number of different country artists did it, but then three very hairy individuals from Texas got a hold of it and turned it into something along these lines. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Christmas song is coming up.
All right, thank you everybody. We are Metyer Gyrlz. Look for us. We'll be around. You can follow me, Uncle Dan Music on Instagram. Julia Newlife on YouTube. And keep an eye out. We'll be letting you know where we're playing next.
We do have a Metyer Gyrlz group on Facebook as well, so you can go search that.
Facebook.
Yes, Facebook. It's for us old people.
That's the teenagers. Overgrown teenagers.
Or as we say in Italian, fazza buco.